Hello, crowd. Now you know what it feels like. Hack it up. I'm facilitating. I'm going to spit on you.
Does that drive off so you don't run me over?
It is off.
Okay, good.
It's not going. It's doing
I
well.
don't want my foot to get run over. So just got a few questions.
Okay.
Just so we can talk to those out there that's been keeping up with Mack in Motion a little bit.
That's me.
That's you.
That's my big sign in the corner.
Yeah. Well, they can't see the sign.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask a few questions if we can.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know you, who are you and why are you in a wheelchair?
Well, you know, my name is Stephen McIntosh. Most people know me as Coach Mack. And, 15 years ago, Ken Fleming and I started this business. And then in 2012, July to be exact, I was in a bike accident which left me in a wheelchair as a quadriplegic. And that was July of 2012. And so up until now, it's been really just kind of reintroduction into the workforce. I've been spending a year and a half just getting healthy, getting better, and getting back to work. And so it was a bike accident that occurred, and things happen, and I'm ready to go back to work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So for those that do know you, and if it's been with us and playing with us here at Dynamix, how you been doing since your accident, and how you get around? And
Well, since the accident, it took about, I was in ICU for 2 months, and then inpatient rehab for about 2 months, and then I was at home. Then I had to go through outpatient rehab, and even to this day, I still am in rehab. It's 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's just like you and everybody else that goes to the gym. You should be going to the gym. And I do it because it's a necessary evil of life. And but I was able to get back to work starting as early as, I guess it was December, January of 2013. I couldn't put in many hours because it was more just trying to get endurance and my health back. But throughout 2013, everything has really come together. So by year end, or actually by August, I was back in the office probably 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, and now I'm back in the office 5 days a week, about 5 to 6 hours a day, really just limited by the training and therapy I have to do in the afternoons.
okay.
So I'm really fully functional. I mean, people may say my mental capacity has been limited, but they're always thinking that. But I facilitate, I can coach, I can do all those things. I don't have my arms and legs, and I'm in a chair, and that's no big deal. I just motor around, and then I will have someone like Barry or someone else who we will work together in order to do the facilitation.
So, I mean, of course, I've worked with you on facilitation and stuff before, but I mean, what does that look like? I mean, it's just, I guess we tag team a little bit. I mean, tell them how that works a little bit. I mean,
well, it's interesting, Barry, because in the beginning, a phone call may come in. And it kind of all starts there because we're trying to take notes, understand what you guys may need. And I can't write anything, so I'll either will use my Dragon dictation to take notes on the phone. So you have to be patient with me as I'm trying to get your information down and recorded. Or Barry will be with me and take notes. So there we can get into the planning of your event and then how we're going to actually facilitate it. And then facilitating it is I will be there to meet and greet you with either Barry or someone else. And I will probably be the lead facilitator in the event, but Barry will be there to co-facilitate, really operate the games and the challenges, and I can be more of an observer and facilitator to help you debrief and make those connections about teamwork.
So outside of facilitation, what are some of the other roles and stuff that you're back full time What are the roles that you do?
Well, they call me the CEO, which means I'm supposed to be a big cheese, but really it's looking at the financial welfare of the organization, keeping tabs on that, and then also on the kind of the motivational and directional part of the organization. What are our plans for 2014 and the future? What's Group Dynamic 2.0 going to look like? Because we're already beginning to start an aggressive look of how we want to grow and how we can expand either in this facility or other facilities. So I'm highly involved with that with Ken Fleming. And then just all the staff, making sure the berries of the world show up and, eat ice cream and pop balloons and have a good time.
So when we talk facilitation, for those that might not know, what does that mean? Because they still may not know Group Dynamics in a whole. Can you tell them a little bit about Group Dynamics, who we are, what we do, and what does it mean by facilitation?
Great question. Facilitation at Group Dynamics is different than most organizations. Because what we are doing is we're challenging groups to think and to solve their own problems. And we have a unique way of doing it. The first way is to create an environment that is fun and interactive. Because we want people to feel really connected to their fellow teammates. And if we can create some fun, interaction, and some laughter, everyone now is connected and committed. And then the challenge is, how do people really work together well? And we use a technique we call ask, don't tell facilitation. And simply what that means is you're in the moment, you're trying to solve a problem, and we challenge you to think through it as a group. We may have the answers for you, but we're not there to do that for you. We're there to challenge you to think through it. And then once you come to solutions as a group, to challenge you, if that really works for you and does it really work in the workplace. So throughout a day, you will walk out of here with a tremendous amount of ownership in what you discovered because it's yours. You may have penned it on flip charts or whatever, but we find it's just much more successful by doing that because you're making the discoveries and we're there to challenge you along the way to help you sort it out.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdoms for any of the teams out there is that maybe they're not in the building with us and learning the ropes, if you will, but what advice could you give the teams out there that when they're in their organizations, and how can they be a better team?
Plato once said, you can learn more about someone in 6 hours of play than you can in 2 hours of discussion. And I think that's so integral. What can you guys do to get out of the office and connect, have fun, truly get to understand and know each other? Because once you make that connection, we see behavior change. You're more inclined to reach out and help someone else out that you know better than if you're just always kind of in your own platform thinking about yourself. So we always encourage you to do something fun and creative. Most of our team building starts with a very playful environment where people are just enjoying each other. Once they get beyond that, we get into what we call developmental team building, which is more purposeful. Now you're looking for outcomes your team can actually create. And to create those, how do people work together? So in the same venue, you guys get out there, go to a ball game, go bowling, go out to dinners, come to Group Dynamics, because here we're going to get everyone involved in the action. You can't click up. You can't pick who your friends are. You're going to be a team and you're looking for the outcomes. So I think it's just very important to follow that simple formula. Get to know your teammates.
Very cool.
And appreciate them.
You mentioned play, and I think for those that, even if they've been coming to Group Dynamics and playing, but for those here at Group Dynamics, we understand that, Mack, you love to play. I mean, I guess a lot of people didn't understand that you walked around with cups on your head and acting like a Martian or just trying to get us to laugh here in the office. And and the things that you did with your family as far as the canoeing and the hiking and all that. But do you still play now that you're a quadriplegic? I mean, what do you do for fun?
You know, it's funny. It's going to sound kind of weird, but sometimes I think I'm better off now than the way I was before, because your appreciation lies much differently. And I'm able to play just as well as before now, so I can't be the physical play. But when you look at how you interact with each other and you go out and do things, it still can be a highly playful environment. My level of appreciation of other people and understanding how important it is to ask for help and to receive help in a gracious way is important. I was not like that. I was very much the guy who had to design and do and wow people so they would appreciate me. And I've learned that that's not the way it really is. It's how do people interact with each other, share that appreciation, and gift towards each other that really ends up building the ultimate team. So I'm able to play. It looks a little different. Matter of fact, the weights I have been playing, I work with an organization called Rise Adventure. They've taken me water skiing. Believe it or not, I get on a water ski and I go swimming, and I'm water skiing, just like all of you guys. I'm just being dragged on my butt versus my feet. And I play soccer. I play motorized soccer, and it's as aggressive as any other soccer. So
Yeah, and you flipped the chair a couple of times. Yeah.
So it's different, but it's still fun. The outcome is still the same. Yeah.
Very cool. I think that's kind of closing, but any last words or anything you want to close up? Anything you want to?
Yeah, I think, with me back facilitating, it's interesting because I've done a series of events, either for my church or with Group Dynamix. And it's always interesting to watch people come in and they see me, and I think the first thing they see is the chair. But it's always fun to see them react after the first 5 minutes where the chair disappears.
Yeah.
And I think that's my challenge, is to make the chair disappear for you, which it will very quickly, because I'm just the same old guy. Same of the high spirits and everything like that. So the events I think I'm doing now are actually better. And the reason why they're better is because with Barry helping me, he is now involved in the action of the event, where I can be more of an observer, and by being more of an observer, I pick up more cues from your team. So I think my debriefing and facilitation can be even better and more enriched than it was before.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, if you do have any questions or comments, just post them on the blog or the website. We would love to get back to you that way. Otherwise, yes, our doors are always open, and even if you have a question about a game or activity that you would love to do with your group, contact us, and we'll be happy to share any and all that information. So
Absolutely. So well, thanks, Bear. I appreciate it. I'm back in action. I mean, took me until really the beginning of 2014 to say I'm back here and at it. So give us a call. Can't wait to work with you. Thanks.
are we done? We're done.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, man.